Uh, so let me repeat the question again. Okay, we are looking at the sixth question. Until now, like we have covered 5 questions, right? So identify the bookings done in the year 2019 for the flights having the letter U anywhere in their source or destination and booked by the customer having at least 5 characters in their name. So first you need to get into this first sentence. Okay, whenever given a scenario, first you need to understand it, like you need to split the question. Okay, here we have two phrases are there. In the first phrase has given the requirement, at the end second phrase he wants the final table how he wants to display. That's what we are expecting here. So identify the bookings done in the year 2019 for the flights having the letter U anywhere in their source or destination. Okay, just imagine we have a booking table, flight table, customer table, and we need to identify the at least 5 characters in their name. So at least 5 characters in their name means customer name will comes in the customer table, right? And bookings done in the year 2019. So if you just go back to my previous slide, booking date, okay, booking date is coming from the bookings table. Okay, and flight details, flights having the letter U. So it is simply saying that you need to have 3 tables. You need to use all the 3 tables to get the requirement which is given in the question. Okay, now you tell me. Okay, now what we need to do? Obviously we need to do the join. So I'll choose inner join. It's a simple question. You need not to think about the queries, subqueries or anything, because it is a straightforward question. They are not asked any max, average and everything. Simply I have asked, like I need to get the year in 2019 having the letter U anywhere in their source or destination and booked by the customer having at least 5 characters in their name. So how I will approach? 1 second, please go on mute, guys, when you join the class. Guys, please go on mute. Okay. Now you have got an idea, right? It is very clear. Now let me go back to my Oracle developer. I'll write the first thing. So first is simply you need to do the join with the 3 of them, right? So what I will do, select first part I will do, second part next we will do. Okay, first part is I need to get the, obviously I need to get it from the booking table first, and then we need to do a inner join. What is the syntax? Inner join with what? Flight. So I'll give a alias name as F. Okay, now on what column I need to do the join? You see, on the booking with a flight ID. Booking and flight, primary key and foreign key are the flight IDs are there. So I'll just give flight ID, b dot flight ID equals to f dot flight ID. Okay, then inner join with customer table. Obviously you need to do the customer with the customer table to get the customer. The requirement says get the customer name at least 5 characters in their name, right? So I need to do a inner join with a customer table on, what is that, b dot customer ID equals to c dot customer ID. Now you see, now the requirement, you go back to the requirement. Okay, so identify the bookings done in the year 2019 for the flights having the letter U in the source or destination booked by the customer having at least 5 characters in their name. So it is, first we'll see, and booking should be done in the 2019. First I will write for the condition for the booking which is done in the 2019. How do you will write? So my booking ID, if you go to the booking table, my booking ID is a varchar. So simply I will write a varchar. So varchar it is, right? So I simply I'll write a like. With a like phrase I'll write. Okay, so what is that? V dot booking date like, it should be looking, it should be 19 should be there, right? So I'll give percentile 19. Percentile means it should start with it can start with 19. Anything it should be, it can be there, 19 should be there, which is from the starting. Okay, not even starting, any letter in the phrase 19 should be there. Okay, so that's why I have given simply like. And now other condition, you go to this, having at least having 5 characters, I said at least 5 characters. And the other one is source and destination from the booking table, flight, in the flight, source and booking, source and destination. For that u should be there, letter u should be present, right? So simply what I will write, f dot source like, simply again I'll keep percentile u percentile, so it should be small u because all the letters are there. So if you're just confused about the upper small u or capital U, you can use a upper function. You can use a upper function. Okay, so here you can give a capital U. Okay, like u, I said clearly, you read in their source or destination. So it is source or destination, so your condition should be R. Okay, again the same thing I am copying here. Instead of source, I'll keep it as destination. Okay, f dot destination like, it is again same, u should be there, percentile u. Okay, and next condition is, what is the next condition? What is the next condition? 2000 in the year 2019, right? Okay, it is done. 2019 is done and this is done. And the next condition is at least 5 characters should be there. So at least 5 characters means what is that? How you will write? So at least how you need to check the length, right? Length of the customer name. So c dot customer name, okay, greater than 4. Clear, right? Simply I'm writing on the flow. Okay, so where b dot booking like, once again, inner join customer C, flight ID, flight F.
Select this Damu.
Yes.
Upper before upper, it left you. You didn't close that.
Yes. Okay. Now it's clear. Like upper of source, like
The same upper also before next upper.
yeah, next upper. Yes. So here I have closed here. So now you see. Now you have got the, see here, you can see from here. Okay, you have got everything. Flight ID, customer ID, travel class, flight charge, everything. And all of these conditions must be satisfying now, right? The customer name, length of the customer name, at least 5 characters should be there. At least 5 characters in their customer name. Okay, actually for John, I think space is there. Yeah.
Actually, second like percentage u After you percentage, you didn't mention this. It's checking only starting
Yeah.
destination type.
Okay. So obviously, like anywhere in the U, we will get. So we are having with percentile U means it will just check even the percentile U is there or not. That later it will check. So up to now, okay, we are getting John and Albert. So Albert has 6 letters and John also has space in that letter when I enter. So have the customer name which is greater than at least 5 characters. Okay, at least 5 characters should be there. And then customer ID, all these things are clear, right? So 2019. So I have got only in 2019. Okay. And source, if you see the source, Zurich U is there, Mumbai U is there. Okay, the source, either of the source or destination should be there. So here my condition is R condition, right? So for both of them in the source only U is there. So that's why you have got these results. Now you go back to my thing, like what I need to display booking ID prefixed with B as booking ID. So prefixed with B as booking ID and the numeric part of customer ID as customer ID. Numeric first part of customer ID is customer ID. So it doesn't it means that okay, I have got the booking ID 206, but I need to keep B in front of it. It's like B206. That is my requirement. So how I will incorporate it? I have told you this string concatenation. How you will do the string concatenation? So first I need to give a B. Okay, I need to give a B and concatenate it with the booking ID. So booking ID is actually coming from the booking ID is coming from the booking table, which is B. Okay, as I need to show is booking ID. I need to show. I'll show it as oh, I'll show it as booking ID. Okay, now the next requirement is what I need to all the and the numeric part of the customer ID as the customer ID. So numeric part of the customer ID in the C301, what is the numeric part? 301. So this 301, so numeric part of the customer ID as the customer ID I need to show. So how you will come up with this one? If you observe this in the customer ID, it is the same pattern. It is starting with the second letter, this one. Starting ID is C. So I can use a substring function. Okay, I'll use a substring function and use b dot customer id comma 2. Okay, b dot customer id comma 2 as I'll give an alias name as customer id. Alias name as customer id. Now you see, now let me, and I think with this booking id customer id only I need it, and I run this one. So you have got booking ID with B incorporating it and customer ID C removing the C value. So the same solution I've got here. Okay, clear with this? Now, can someone of you like all of you have written like this, or you have approached in other way? You have any other approach?
Mine is similar, but we use some function
Which function? Okay.
instead of the concatenation. I use like concat of plus booking ID something.
Okay, very good. Like you have used a inline view also. Good. Good. This is what I expect from you guys. Like you need to come up with a different approaches. We can do multiple approaches. But at the end, what we need is the solution. So this is the Babu's answer, right? Okay. So You have concatenated flight ID, booking ID. Where is the customer ID? I asked you to put get the customer ID with the name, right?
Then I made.
So where is the customer ID here? Do not. 1 second. So booking is there. Select a star from destination B.
This customer flight we need to change.
To customer, yes. Any other values I need to change? But you have got only.
Yeah, we
Okay.
will get. We don't get John.
Sorry.
We will not get John, no?
John is only 4 characters.
Okay. Yes, yes. 1 second.
Just check mine because I use
So,
a lot of function.
Okay, let me. All of you understood this, right? How Babu and Divya have written this one. You want me to explain? So first they have written a inner join with this. We can call it as a inline view. We can say. Okay, select star from flight where upper of this one as B they have taken. Now the flight ID with the flight ID they have joined it, and then again with the customer ID subquery correlated, like you can say subquery they have used where length of the customer name should be there. And for this is good. This what they have done is like they have extracted year from the booking date. Okay, in 2019. So my table has this value. Just I have simply directly taken like this. Okay, this is also a good approach. What about yours, Chandu?
Yeah, I dropped it. Just
Remaining guys, like whoever not tried, able to understand like the requirement and how we are approaching the problem. So in real time, whenever a scenario is asked, so you can directly tell them like if you do the practice, so you'll just get an idea. In interviews, they'll ask multiple scenarios. So if you keep on practicing, you'll simply crack the interview. You can write any kind of query they have given. So it should be booking underscore date. Booking underscore date. Where is this booking date? Chandu, yeah, here it is. So you have to give it in single quotes, right? Okay.
that's an integer.
So you haven't given the numeric value, numeric part of the customer ID you have to print. So you both missed that one.
That's not that. I didn't,
Oh.
didn't find
So yeah, I have just done like I have done.
yes, yes. The only thing is I use extract and concat.
Yes. So why you have used the customer name like okay 5 okay you have given okay instead you
How
can
it works?
just yeah it will work but instead you can instead you can use a length right simply.
Yeah,
Yeah.
later I understand I can use length, but I tried whether it works.
Yes, good it is like I appreciate both of your of course like answers. Any other solution from anyone? Okay, we can move to the next question, right?